Hello everyone, welcome to Caroline's Craftery. Today we have Thrifty Canucks. This is some stuff that I got at the recent retreat and some stuff that I bought at like the thrift stores, the dollar stores, etc. So let's start. Hopefully you can see this. I got a laminator from the scrapbook retreat. The lady didn't want very much at all for it, so I decided that I needed one. So we got that. Let's put that off to the side here. Okay. One gal at the retreat brought me this top part of a wedding gown. It's got some great lace and some silky type material. She thought that I'd really like these buttons, and they're really cool. They're heart-shaped buttons. And then there's this part, so I'm thinking that might actually go nice, just the way it is, like down the center of a journal or something. So we'll see. We'll use all of that for sure, without a doubt. What do we got? Oh, one lady had these. Looks like a bunch of really old elastic in with there. But these are the plastic embroidery floss bobbins. I always need them, so I gotta grab them. This somebody was giving away at the retreat. They're kind of like they call them foil stickers, but they're almost like they're metal, but they're not. So there's that. These here are little bottles with lids and these little, you know, like a sprinkle type thing. So she bought a whole big, huge amount of them because she puts alcohol ink in those because she makes some of her own inks. So I thought that would be perfect. So I got those. Some of the stuff was free. Some I paid like very, very little for. There is 3 bags of bags. So I grabbed those. A lot of these were actually from the same gal. And she's just like, I want them gone. She says, gone, gone, gone. So these here were in the, oh, this was a gift that somebody put on my table. These were a freebie that somebody had. These are all gears. These are like a real thin cardstock type thing, whereas these are more of a heavy chipboard. So, got all those. Oh, a lady was doing some felting, and she walked by my table one day and she threw this on my table. I told her, I said, did you know purple is my favorite color? And she said, no, I didn't know that. But it's just like roving, this bright purple pinkish roving. So that'll be fun. I want to try some felting. What else do we got? We have this here. One of the ladies at the retreat made this little box. And inside is a hot chocolate and some little tiny mini marshmallows. She's been coming the last few times, and she always makes a little goodie to put on everybody's table, which is really cool. Thanks, Wendy. What else do we got 5 of these. Now these were all actually brand new. I used a few of them at the retreat. The Distress Spritz. And I wanted to try these. So when I seen that the lady had some for sale, I grabbed the 5 colors that she had. So I'm happy to have those. Some stuff in here. Some of this stuff I got at the thrift store. Some of this was all in a bag. I bought this bag, and I always take it out of the bags. But acrylic spray paints. These were in a bag full of goodies with this glue was in there. But yeah, I can use it for something. Set those aside now. These I bought at one of our dollar stores here, and I just loved them. They were these perfect little bee epoxy critter stickers. But there's a couple different sizes, and I grabbed the 4 packs that they had because I love the look of the bees. They actually, I'm going to say they look real, but as real as a sticker could be. They're not like comical bee stickers, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I also got these at the dollar store, which I thought these were actually very nice. They're very shiny, and they're just like a die cut. I want to say they're a puffy sticker, but they're not really puffy, but great for autumn things. Some of this stuff was in a bag. There's this rope. So I thought, well, that could probably tie journal together, maybe. Some cool watermelon ribbon, which I thought this was kind of good. Now, a lot of this stuff was in a bag that I probably bought at Value Village, but that's kind of nice ribbon. And there's quite a bit on that roll. What else we got? We got some nature hemp cord. Now this is kind of coarse. It's not a soft cord at all, but it'd be good for the top of a tag or something. And then this was also in a bag, 2006 Creative Memories. It's a corner rounder, and it's never even been opened yet. So these were in a bag too. So I'm guessing like these sprays, the glue, all this other stuff was probably in one bag. But these are big sequences. So what else do we got here? We got some leaf, gold leaf. It's only a Dollarama thing, but it really doesn't matter sometimes. Let me just pull the rest of this out. We've got, oops, that wasn't open. Good thing I didn't pick that upside down. Just gonna do that up. So these, a bunch of initial beads, but they're wood. And then there's some other jewelry things in here, a few odds and ends, some blingy stuff. It's kind of a mixture. Nothing spectacular, but some cool things. I thought the wood, I don't really like the little plastic letter beads, but the wood ones are kind of nice. There's this here wire. Be good for doing some wire wrapping or something. This is just a dollar store thing, but some little tassels and then a little bit of pom-pom trim and then a little bit of leather type cord. So, and then there was a bunch of these bigger beads, which I use for my crocheted tassels. And then 3 little containers of just seed beads. So nothing spectacular, but okay. This here, Terry, a gal that I go with my friend Terry, but also there's another Terry that goes, and she makes the most beautifulest cards ever. And so I texted her one day on Facebook, and I says, you know, a couple years ago, she gave me a bunch of cards that she didn't like. You know, maybe she didn't like the way they turned out, or stamping wasn't quite good enough, or whatever. So I told her, I says, anytime you ever have anything, just go ahead and send it. So she sent me a bunch of her scraps. I've got some other stuff over here as well. But she made these little things. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But look at that. That's like crazy. But you know what? I can definitely use these in a journal without a doubt. And then, like I say, these are just cards that she just didn't like for whatever reason. But look at, I mean, to me, that's beautiful. It's perfect. So I will make journaling cards out of, like this one here is really shiny. Love it. Beautiful, beautiful. I love all these. And they'll make great, great, great journal cards or pockets. Even that one there. But lots of, I think, great bases. So yeah, she gave me all of this. Keep on looking forward. But beautiful background stuff. So I've got a big batch of those to work with. So that is wonderful. Thank you, Terry. Not sure if she watches my videos or not. Okay. While we're on the subject of Terry, somebody gave me 3 of these big containers. But there's also, those are just some cutouts that I had. But she also gave me a whole bunch of just little scraps. Now, a while ago while I was at the retreat, I posted a picture of actually working with some of these scraps. There's also a whole bunch of die cuts of different things in here as well. So beautiful alcohol ink, leaves, whatnot. So there is all of that as well. Let's keep going. This is a stamp set, kind of. And it's magnetic. So these are all magnetic. And then they go on to here. Oh, I see, it screws on. So this is like all metal. It's actually really heavy. So this is a making memories thing. But I thought this would be great for spelling out all those words that maybe you don't have stamps for. There is little ones and big ones. So I thought this was pretty cool. So I grabbed that. What else do we got here? The pile keeps going and going and going. There is the Stampin' Up! Spin thing. And in it it's missing one of the containers, but there's brads, paper clips, grommets, bling, little clothespins, buttons, all kinds of stuff in here. And this was pretty much free, or as close to free as you could get it. Let's do that. This, I won a door prize, so it was a basket, which I've already used for something. There was this cute purple bag, like that, so that'll be good, like to put crayons in or something like that to take to the retreat. This is a little fork and knife thing. Oh, it's got a wooden. Oh, that's kind of weird. It's a little wooden set, but yet there's this real fork in there. So, but when we go to the retreat on Thursday, we have to supply our own meal on Thursday night. So this will come in handy to just throw in with my stuff. But the last few retreats, we've actually gone out on Thursday night for supper at a local restaurant. A couple pencils, this one time at Scrap Camp 2025. Dana gets these done up. Thanks, Dana. A little measuring tape. A little fan, a little battery-operated fan. Haven't even investigated on how that works. Plugs into USB, so that's kind of nice. 5 little miniature nail file batteries. Now this could be for the fan maybe. Or there was this little set of lights, which are so cute. And I thought, wouldn't these go good? Somehow putting them into a journal. I think that would be a really fun thing to try. A set of purple tweezers. Nice. I got these flower stickers. And this was all the door prize that I won. Beautiful flower stickers. I think these are just like a Temu thing or something. And then there's 4 packages of these butterflies. I'm not gonna, they did come in a really pretty box and stuff, but I started using these at the retreat, and then I started taking the box apart and cutting out all the little butterflies that were on the box. So you'll see some of those butterflies in some of my makes from the retreat. A little sticker, pencil sharpener, a couple fancy paper clips. What do we got? A cat and a cross, and then just one of these little chamois rags. So let's just do that up, and then it won't fall all over the place. Okay. Well, then I got 2 of these. I'm only going to show you one. Now, hopefully I can kind of fit it. It's just like a box, a plastic box with some containers in it. Now, up top, there was a whole bunch of things. Like, these are all full of brads, grommets, etc., etc. And then this opens up. And I'm not going to show you all the trays, but all the trays are full of like brads. Mostly brads, I guess. Some odds and ends of flowers. And there's some grommets. Just all kinds of things. Do I need more grommets and brads? No. But you know what? Sometimes the deals are too good to pass up. Curious on what these are. Oh, these are big brad. Oh, look at those. Those are pretty. Oh, and they will turn. Sweet. Those are nice. A whole bunch of those. Looks like some dragonflies. All kinds of good stuff in there for sure. So let's put, and there was 2 cases. One's blue or green and this one. And I'm thinking these containers will be really good for some of my jewelry stuff. Or I should say, like for making dangles and stuff. So there's that. The other thing is, and well, I've kind of pulled these out, so, but these will be in more detail. I'll be doing a tutorial on these, but a lady cut these out with her scan and cut there, and they're a giant photo negative. Oops. So there'll be a tutorial on this coming up very soon. I should have actually left these for that, but I'll show those again when I do the video for that. So that is kind of it for a Thrifty Canucks video tons and tons of stuff. Lots of new stuff to play with, lots of new goodies, ideas to share, etc. Hope you enjoyed this Thrifty Canucks. And check out the links below. Like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. And we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.